Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you guys how to make enchiladas suizas. In case you're wondering how to make this super easy and delicious recipe, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Alrighty guys, so let's get started with our ingredients. So for the recipe we're going to need 3 pounds of chicken breast, chile serrano, chile de árbol, 2 garlic cloves, 7 Roma tomatoes, epazote, corn tortillas, your favorite melting cheese, 1/4 cup of heavy cream, 2 ounces of cream cheese, oil, and all of our spices that I will link in the description box. So these are ingredients. Now let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to start by marinating our chicken. So we're going to add 1/4 cup of oil. And for the chicken, you can season it with just salt or black pepper, or you can use my spice blend. So we're just going to use all of our spices. So mix them and coat the chicken. So make sure that the chicken is nice and coated. Okay, so once we have our chicken all nice and coated, we're going to let it sit and let it marinate. Meanwhile, we're going to make our enchilada sauce. So for enchilada sauce, we're going to place all of our tomatoes into a small pot, along with our chile de árbol and chile serrano. And now we're just going to cover them with water. We're going to set it on high heat and bring them to a boil. Okay, so once our tomatoes and chiles come to a boil, we're going to turn it off. And now we're going to transfer them into our blender cup. Okay, so once we have everything into a blender cup, now we are ready to make our enchilada sauce. Okay, so to a blender cup, we're also going to add our 2 garlic cloves. We're going to add oregano, cumin, salt, and tomato bouillon. And about 4 to 5 leaves of epazote. Okay, so now we're just going to blend until we have a puree. Okay, so once our sauce is nice and smooth, now we're going to add our cream cheese, heavy cream, and 1/2 cup of cheese. And now we're just going to blend again until everything is nice and combined. Okay, so once we have our sauce, now we're going to fry it. Okay, so we're going to grab our frying pan. We're going to melt 1 tablespoon of butter. So set it on medium heat and just wait for the butter to melt. Okay, so once the butter has melted, we're going to add our sauce. Okay, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of water just so I could get all of the sauce in my blender. Okay, so now we're just going to bring it to a simmer. Okay, and once it simmers, we're going to lower down the heat to the lowest setting and just allow it to simmer for about 5 minutes. Okay, so after 5 minutes, our sauce is ready. So at this point, try it for salt. For me, it's perfect. Let me tell you that it's seriously super delicious. But if you want to add some more salt, go ahead and add it. So now we're just going to set it to the side and we're ready to cook our chicken. Okay, so we're going to grab our comal. We're going to set it on medium-high heat and we're just going to wait for it to heat up. Okay, so once our comal is nice and hot, we're going to place our chicken breast. And we're going to cook them for about 5 to 8 minutes on each side. Okay, so after 5 minutes, I'm going to flip the chicken over. Okay, so now we're just going to allow it to finish cooking. Okay, so after 6 minutes, our chicken should be fully cooked. Of course, just make sure that it is before you remove it. You can see. So now we're just going to remove it from the grill. We're going to cover it with foil. And meanwhile, we get to finish cooking the rest of our chicken. Okay, so once all of our chicken is fully cooked, we're going to allow it to rest for 5 minutes. Okay, so after 5 minutes, now we can shred our chicken. So just grab it and shred. And the chicken is nice and juicy. So it should be very easy. Okay, so once we have our chicken all nice and shredded, we're just going to mix it all around. Mix it with its own juice. So like that, our chicken is nice and seasoned. Okay, so now we're just going to cover it and set it to the side until it's time to use it. Meanwhile, we're going to make our tortillas. We're going to grab a small frying pan, we're going to set it on medium heat, and we're going to add a little bit of oil. So we're just going to wait for the oil to heat up and then we can begin frying. Okay, so once the oil is nice and hot, we're going to lightly fry our tortillas. So just until they blister. Okay, so once they blister, we're going to remove them from the oil. And now just repeat the same process to all of your tortillas. Okay, so once we have all of our tortillas, now we are ready to put our enchiladas together. Now at this point, you also want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Alright, so now to make our enchiladas, we're going to grab our baking dish and we're going to throw in a little bit of sauce. So just throw in a little bit of sauce. Okay. And now we're ready to make our enchilada. So we're going to grab a tortilla, dip it into the sauce, and now we're going to grab our chicken, some shredded cheese, and I'm going to add onion. I love onion, so that's optional. And I'll just roll it and place it in your baking dish. And now we're just going to repeat the same process to all of our tortillas. Alright, so once we're done rolling our enchiladas, now we're going to add more sauce on top of the enchiladas. And just spread it. Okay, now we're just going to add more cheese. Okay, and we're going to bake for 10 minutes or until the cheese is fully melted. Okay guys, so once the cheese has melted, now we are ready for the fun part. Okay, so I'm going to grab my plate, I'm going to grab extra sauce and just spread it. I'm going to grab our enchiladas, place them on top. And I'm just going to dress them with some crema mexicana, queso fresco. I'm going to add some pickled onion. And of course, some avocado. Okay, so we're just going to garnish it with a little bit of cilantro. And now, just like that, we are ready to enjoy our delicious enchiladas suizas. Alrighty guys, and now for the best part, the taste test. I am so ready. So just, of course, you don't have to top it with anything, just like that by itself. It's seriously super delicious. So I hope you give it a try and enjoy it just as much. Cheers and enjoy. Seriously, it's super delicious. It's so creamy, the chicken's so flavorful. And of course, if you don't want to grill your chicken, you can boil it. But let me tell you that this way is just the best. Alrighty guys, and there you have it on how I make some delicious enchiladas suizas. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and if you regret this recipe, please don't forget to tag me in any of my social medias, and if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you guys can be part of our family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.